just to get it out of the way, I'm currently trying to get rid of an 8-year-old scar, and so I'm using silicone patches and gel. And today I learned that I should not wear the patches in videos because number one, I can't move my forehead very well, and number two, not being able to move my forehead very well means that the inflection in my voice is a little bit off today. But with that, welcome or welcome back if you've seen parts 1 and 2. Thank you all for being here, and with that, let's get into it. So I wanted to try Huel powder and was given the option to add it onto my second order as long as I had the 3 items from one line. Those 3 items were from the Hot Savory line, which I covered in parts 1 and 2. Since Huel does not offer samples for powders, just to try it, I had to get a $42 17-serving bag of the powder I chose, which was Black Edition peanut butter. I have no idea why I chose a flavor that is so hit or miss, but I did. And speaking of bad decisions, I've also tried vanilla Kachava, if anyone wants to hear about that. But back to the Huel. As I said previously, I like food that's at least semi-solid. So when it comes to powders, I add just enough water to make a texture kind of like bread pudding. And when I did that with this, it tasted like, I kid you not, vomit. To get it down, I added a ton of actual peanut butter, which calorie-wise is not sustainable. And then I topped that with ice cream. With the ice cream and the peanut butter, it actually got up to about a 4 out of 10, I would say. So the next time I tried it, I microwaved it into a pancake type thing, and that kind of muted the vomit undertones just enough that I could eat the stuff without any toppings or sides, but it still wasn't enjoyable by any means. I also tried mixing in frozen banana before microwaving, but that did very little to change the taste. I may just not used enough banana. I used half of one, but I'm not planning on trying that again. So I emailed customer service, and they do not do any returns or refunds, only exchanges. So that was a bit of a bummer. But the customer service rep that I got, Jamal, was still wonderful. He first gave me tons of suggestions for how to make the peanut butter Huel taste better. Unfortunately, most of his suggestions wouldn't work for me because number one, I eat Huel rather than drinking it. Number two, I don't want to buy a bunch of other ingredients. Number three, I don't want to add a bunch of calories to an already calorie-dense food. Number four, my NutriBullet cannot handle ice very well. And number 5, I try to avoid putting multiple ingredients in a blender because some of the food always gets stuck in the container. And since I can't precisely measure how much of each ingredient is lost that way, it could potentially throw off my calorie tracking. So I actually ended up buying a very cheap immersion blender as a result of all this. And with the immersion blender, it's much easier to get stuff out because you just have a shallow little blending head. But the immersion blender I got is not great. So this is the only suggestion of Jamal's that I actually ended up following was adding unsweetened vanilla almond milk to the Huel. Sadly, by itself, this could not overcome the taste of the peanut butter Huel. However, I have used unsweetened vanilla almond milk in literally every other powder concoction that I've tried since then. In my opinion, unsweetened vanilla almond milk is always going to be a tastier addition than water, and it's very low calorie. So next, I asked Jamal for his suggestions on what to get as an exchange. He gave me his top 2 favorites, one of which was coffee related, so that was an automatic no. But the other sounded like a safe bet. It was banana version 3.0. He gave me the option of either Black Edition or 3.0, And I went with Black Edition because it has more protein. However, I have questioned that decision because the Black Edition does have 4 grams of added sugar. It depends on what you're looking for. So he sent me the Black Edition banana along with a sampler box of 10 different flavor boosters. The flavor boosters come in single serve sachets, meaning squares of plastic that you tear open. I still wanted to come up with a way to make the peanut butter powder taste good, since taste good just doesn't sound like proper grammar. But anyway, I still wanted to be able to like the peanut butter powder somehow, because I don't like wasting food. So I initially designated half the flavor boosters to the peanut butter and half to the banana. I say initially for reasons that you'll understand in a little bit. So first, I tried the strawberry booster with the peanut butter. Coming out of the pack, the strawberry smelled really good, and having tasted the powder that was left on the wrapper, I can say that I would buy a whole bag of strawberry Huel if it existed as its own flavor. Of course, the flavor boosters don't contain any actual protein, so it's easier for them to taste good. But they do, however, contain 10 calories per sachet, which I found out only by checking the website link that was on the box. It's generally a legal requirement to have nutrition facts listed right on the package of a food, but there are loopholes, and the fact that this was a sampler box probably factored in. However, as a booster mixed with the peanut butter Huel, this just tasted like peanut butter Huel with very distinct undertones of strawberry cough syrup. I tried the same thing with the banana booster and the peanut butter Huel, and the same thing happened. The undertones were just banana cough syrup instead of strawberry. I haven't tried mixing the actual banana Huel with the peanut butter Huel, which would theoretically provide a larger banana presence, but I don't need to do that because after one more fail, which I'll describe next, I did find my dream combination. For the fail though, I mixed the peanut butter Huel and almond milk with Funfetti Oreo buttermilk pancake mix, which is a just add water pancake mix. This gave a little more sweetness, but it still was not enough. After I microwaved it, although it wasn't necessarily bad, I ended up adding Cool Whip, ice cream, and pancake syrup. And even then, I'd say it was a 7. Now, after all that, when I tried this next thing, I was absolutely shocked in a good way. I mixed half a serving of the peanut butter Huel with almond milk, of course, as well as Torani sugar-free coconut syrup and a serving of Dannon Light and Fit strawberry cheesecake Greek yogurt. There is a lot of added sugar in that yogurt, but it's only 80 calories and it has a lot of protein that slows the release of sugar into the bloodstream. So I decided that I'm willing to make that compromise. For myself, anyway. As far as I'm concerned, I don't need to try any other combinations with the peanut butter Huel because this is perfect. So this also means that I can now use all the remaining boosters with the banana Huel. So, on to the banana. That powder has a very extreme artificial tasting sweetness to it that definitely overtakes the banana flavor. If you concentrate really hard, you can taste an authentic banana flavor that's buried under that, but it is overpowered by that sweetness. Basically, this Huel, just like the booster, has the flavor of banana cough syrup. I did try microwaving it, and I remember not hating that, but that was a while ago, so I would need to try it again in order to be any more specific on how that went. I think it tasted like a really toned down banana bread that if you have low expectations, you would probably like it. But I would need to confirm that, and I haven't exactly been eager to try this again, so I've so far tried only 2 of the flavor boosters with the banana. The first was salted caramel. Judging from the way the final pancake tasted, I do think that the mixture would be very good in oatmeal. I think it would give it a nice savory banana bread flavor. Like for real, not the banana bread I was talking about before. Um, the second booster I tried with the banana was mint chocolate. And I have to admit, I'm not a huge fan of mint chocolate anyway, so I may not be a good judge of this one. Personally, I think mint chocolate tastes like toothpaste mixed with cocoa powder. Anyway, but I do think that the booster itself was accurately flavored with a nice emphasis on the chocolate. However, when it was mixed with the Huel and almond milk, even after microwaving, the toothpaste part of the flavor was so strong. I tried adding pancake syrup as well as Cool Whip, but it was still torture to eat this. If you do like mint chocolate, I think you could potentially like this as a shake made with cow's milk, but I'm definitely not advocating for the use of cow's milk, so I don't know what to tell you with that one. If you're interested in how it goes with the rest of the flavor boosters, please let me know in the comments. I have the following left to try: apple cinnamon, berry, chocolate, mocha, peanut butter, and pumpkin spice. To be honest, I probably won't like any of these with the banana, judging from how this has gone so far. I think the issue is that the sachets are just too small to make up for what the banana Huel itself tastes like. So what I may do is try each booster with progressively smaller amounts of Huel until I find a level where the booster is able to really come through. The other thing that I could do is try the boosters with my usual protein powder, which is Plant Fusion Vanilla Bean. Please let me know in the comments if you have a preference as to what I end up doing. I'm in no rush to try any of these, so I will gladly wait for your input. I also have the vanilla Kachava that I need to use up, so if you want to see that, that's another option. So to sum everything up, what would I repurchase, if anything? For the hot and savory flavors, I'm obviously in love with the sweet and sour, but I do have a tight budget. So $23 for 7 servings is just not something that I'm going to pay on a regular basis. I'll do it when I really need to cut back on my food prep time, but if things get to that point, I'll probably go with a powder anyway, since that's even faster. Regarding the powders, as enamored as I am with my peanut butter strawberry cheesecake mixture, I prefer something that I can just mix with water and be done with it. So if I went with a Huel powder, I'd want to try either the salted caramel or the vanilla. If I do, I will definitely fill you in on how it goes. So I hope I've been able to give you everything you need to know before you go spending $69 plus to try out Huel. All in all, I'm really glad that these products exist, and I will probably be ordering in the future if I know I'm going to be short on time for some period. One quick note though, if you choose the subscription service, which is 10% cheaper, you can push out your deliveries as far as you want, but unlike with Kachava, Huel does not notify you when your next shipment is coming up. So you could forget to delay your order and then end up being charged for more Huel when you don't need it yet. So just to be safe, I actually unsubscribed after my first order and then resubscribed when I wanted to purchase again. And that worked out well. I was a little bit bummed that I didn't get another free t-shirt, but at least I didn't get more Huel than I needed. So that's the last tip of this video, and as always, please let me know in the comments if there's anything I've forgotten that you're wondering. And I'd also love to hear your experiences with these or other products and flavors. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if this was at all useful to you, and I hope you have a great day.